What you say, Doc?
Ain't number two than fruity. Ain't number two than fruity. Ain't number two than fruity. Get on the floor if you got that booty.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Oh, you didn't think that we were done, did you? No, sir. Welcome to greatness. I thought I heard someone say that we had done all that we could do. Nah, try that one again. Expect something epic. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into the evolution, or shall we say the revolution of talk radio. Stars, one of the first ladies of the storm, and star of both beauties and bikers, and what can only be described as her queen. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into a Thunderstorm Media and Doc Honeycutt Media simulcast. Welcome to the Doc Honeycutt Show.
Oh, my. Welcome to my show. I am Doc Honeycutt. And when I hear that introduction from Thunderstorm Media, man, I'll be like, who? Dang, she did all that? That's right. I am Doc Honeycutt. I am Charlotte's #1 celebrity doctor, real doctor right here in our city, out here grinding every single day. I am the creator of Beauties and Bikers reality TV series and Beauties and Bikers on Set. I have my own bookstore on lulu.com. I have published 7 books. Go check them out. And, I'm just out here working. I'm doing a lot. I have my show that comes on right here every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And I have a really amazing guest tonight. If you think the video that we just showed was something, just wait until you hear this man's story. I'm so super excited. I'm so honored to have him on my platform, to share a platform with him, because he does have a story. And I know listening to his story is going to help somebody else, even an artist that's trying to, figure it out. I'm sure he's going to say something that's going to encourage somebody in some kind of way today. And, I don't want to wait any longer. I don't want to keep him backstage any longer. So I want to bring him on out here with me. Bring him on out, GQ.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
I am fine. How are you, Doc?
I'm well. Let me say first, thank you, Thunderstorm Media, for powering my show. Thank you so much,
Thank
GQ.
you.
You're here, but you're not here. You're right here beside me, though. But
That's
like
right.
I said, I have an amazing guest, you, on my show tonight. So I want you to tell the world who you are and tell them your story.
For those who don't know, I go by the name of Prince Rahiem. My career started in the mid-'80s in Miami, Florida. Actually, it literally began prior to that, back in the streets of Hollis, Queens. I was discovered by Run DMC. I lived in Hollis, and growing up in Hollis, I had a partner. I was a beatbox. My partner was the MC. And basically, his brother was a part of this group called the Afros, who were managed by Jam Master Jay. They told us about this tryout they was having at this park called Jamaica Park. And basically, we went to the tryout. I beatboxed, he MC'd, and we killed it.
I was going to say you killed it, right?
Yeah, listen, when I tell you we tore the park apart, just imagine, Salt and Pepper and all these different people in the park watching you as a child. You trying to show your best foot forward, you know what I mean? And we went all out.
Now, who inspired you? Like, this had to come from somewhere. You don't just wake up and say, I can bebop.
I'm going to tell you, honestly, I was blessed. Being born in New York, but raised in Miami, I kind of got the best of both worlds. And literally, those who inspired me were Dougie Fresh, the Fat Boys, Ready Rock C, who most people don't remember, beatbox for the Fresh Prince. And I was lucky enough to have a guy that was in my neighborhood who became a legend in his own right, who goes by the name of Rozelle, the Godfather of North, former beatboxer of the Roots. He taught me everything that I knew in beatbox. So he was like my true inspiration.
Wow. So what is one of your greatest moments of, all times that you can remember as far as, you being an entertainer?
Honestly, there were several moments that I can definitely say were great moments. But I think, honestly, one of the best moments for me, it wasn't a show that I actually even got paid for. My manager at the time, Loose My Money had just came out. And those who remember the record know that the record was squeaky clean. I didn't curse one time in the record. So it made it radio friendly, kid friendly, so on and so forth. So he was setting up these little things where I would pop into different schools. And we went to a place in Crestview, Florida. And it was a little school in Crestview. Matter of fact, no, I take that back. It was in Titusville, Florida. It was a small school in Titusville, and it was an elementary school. We went to this school. All of the kids knew the song. The principal announced that I was there, and like you just heard this big roar, right? So all of the kids ran into the auditorium. I'm standing backstage and I'm watching them running. I got this big smile on my face. So they announced it on the PA. All the kids came down, teachers came down. And there was this one girl, she was in a wheelchair and she couldn't actually get close enough to the stage because all the other kids had, already rushed. So, what I did was when I came out and everybody calmed down a little bit, I asked them, could y'all do me one favor and just make a part so that she could come forward and just be right where you guys are. I want to see her up close and personal. That little girl trembled and tears were streaming down her face. For me, that was the best payoff. I didn't need anything else behind that.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So now you talked about the song and, it was clean. You didn't have to curse or anything. How do you feel about how music is today versus music, back when you all were coming up? Because now they feel like if it's not, it can't be too dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't be dirty enough. So, but you're a legend. And back then everything was clean. So how do you
I'm gonna tell you like this. To be honest, we did have our, we took it certain places, but we also knew how to clean it up as well. And it's like nowadays, the records seem to have just gotten so much more degraded in the manner in which they speak of certain topics, and especially when it comes to speaking of women. I'd be hypocritical to say that I knock them for what they do, because this is their self-expression. And I was once that young artist that nobody understood. They didn't believe in our sound. They thought it was a fad that would fade away. And we were making songs like Pull It All the Way Down, you know what I'm saying? And in those songs, we were talking about the things that we vividly saw. And it kind of made those who listened to them kind of follow trend. You understand what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, I believe in the freedom of speech, and I believe that every artist has the right to voice that freedom of speech. However, the manner in which they're doing it now, we would have never done that. Like they going retarded with it. And the level of violence that they project in this music right now, it's at an all-time high. And it literally, whether they want to own and take responsibility or not, that music so much influences what these youths do now. They emulate what they hear in these records, opposed to reaching to a higher level and saying, hey, let me take a minute to have a conversation. Just because we ain't getting along right now don't mean that down the line we can't work this out and fix it. Absolutely. They don't get that a shot. They want to go straight to gunplay now.
No. And I do a lot of mental health advocacy, and one of my main things that I always tell whoever I'm speaking or whatever event I'm speaking at is you cannot make decisions on your emotions. If you make decisions on your emotions, it's gonna be the wrong decision every single time. You got to step back, take 5. And I guarantee you, if you do that, what you were going to do in the beginning, how you were going to handle those things in the beginning is going to be a totally different, you're going to handle it totally different. So
definitely,
you said that right. Now, if you could change anything about the music today versus, when you all started, what would you change?
I would take it back to the fun, because see, the difference about the music that we had when we came up, we came from a time where you had so many diverse artists. No artist sounded alike because biting wasn't allowed. That's what we called it. You can't bite the next artist and sound like the next artist. We'd clown you for that. So you had such a various array of different artists. If you wanted something that was going to stimulate your mind, you might get a Fushnikins or a Black Thought. If you wanted something, or a Public Enemy, if you wanted something that was house, you get the Jungle Brothers, but they still dropping knowledge in that too. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you wanted something to make you party, we had those who made party records. Rob Bass, myself, there were so many. We had such an array of music that now it's like the music is just complacent. Everybody sounds the same. There's no standout artist right now, because everybody's a copycat. And it's crazy when I go in the club, and I'm doing a performance, if they're playing that new era music, most of the time I can't differentiate one song from the next because they all sound alike. From beat, tempo, using the auto tunes, even the flow pattern. Nobody switches up their cadence. Everyone sounds the same.
Wow.
So, honestly, I'm sorry, Doc, and I don't mean to hold you, but in fully answering that, if I could bring anything back to music right now, it'd be that diversity, that uniqueness. Every artist just being unique.
Look, don't apologize. This is your interview. We're chopping it up now.
Yes, we are, baby. Yes, we are.
Now, if you could give, somebody any advice that's trying to, like I say, find their way right now in the entertainment business, artists per se, what would you tell them? Like if they were right beside you right now, what would you tell them?
To be honest, the best advice that I could give any artist in this day and time is to realize that now you don't need to seek out a label. Learn the business, because most of it is business. The music part, that's the easy part. That's 1% of the whole big picture. Understand, know the business, the ins and outs, the points, how things break down. When you use a production from this producer, what his percentage is automatically off that record. So there's no confusion. You understand?
Yeah.
Learn the ins and outs, but more so, learn your history.
Yes.
Learn about those founding fathers who stepped into this and opened this gateway for you to do what you're doing right now.
That's right.
Too many of these new artists, if you mention my name, they wouldn't know who I am. Unless they had parents that to this day still play my music. And it's sad because, had there not been a Two Live crew, a Gucci crew, a M Forces, a Anquiet, a Gucci crew, a MC80E, Get Some crew. There's so many that I can name, Young and Restless. Had we not done the things that we've done and made those statements, there wouldn't be a Southern music movement.
Absolutely.
And had it not been for Luke and his stance in music, that freedom of speech, the way these kids are able to speak right now, man, all that shit be kept.
Right.
None of y'all will be cursing on no records.
That's right.
It's because of Luke that y'all got that right. And more so because of the lyrics behind Brother Marquise and Fresh Kid Ice. May he rest in peace. They opened a gateway for the world of music to say whatever they wanted to on record. Nobody could ever take that away. And that came from the South. Nowhere else did it.
Now, you said that a lot of the younger artists wouldn't know who you were, if somebody called your name. And it's so funny. I initially met you before I even met you because I was at a artist showcase and somebody called your name.
Really?
Yes. And he was like, he had been talking to you and he wanted us to connect.
Wow.
So how do you feel with somebody calling your name in a place that your feet has never stepped in?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you something. That's one of the roses that I get to smell while I'm here. And that's a beautiful thing. I'm appreciative of whoever that was. And so grateful that, again, they remember, because we fought. Like, people don't understand what we as Southern artists had to go through. And I'm not going to say all Southern artists, because by the time the full frontal of Southern music came around, and Texas and Georgia and everybody else had entered the fray, Florida had already broken open the gateway. We went through the war already.
Right.
You understand? We were the front line that when New York was saying, y'all music is trash, we said, no, it ain't. Y'all mad because we selling more records than y'all. You know what I'm saying? They're on major labels. However, we're on the same tours. We're sharing the same stage.
Right.
So that means we're obviously selling just as much, if not more than you. And you're mad about that.
Absolutely.
You know? So
Yeah.
me being an artist that's born in New York, but raised in Florida, I understood both sides. I understood the ego and cockiness in New York, saying this is what we created. How dare you take it and do what you're doing to it?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're all about wordplay, intricacy, leveling up, you know, social awareness. That's what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
So for y'all to take it and dirty it up and talk about these chicks the way y'all talking, nah, we ain't having that.
Mm-hmm.
But what we had to show them was, you guys are kings and giants, and we honor and respect everything that you did, because had y'all not opened this gateway, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now. But
Absolutely.
just as when y'all started, the world looked at y'all and frowned upon y'all. Y'all had rock stars and all sorts of people saying y'all music wasn't gonna last. And y'all fought to stand strong, and y'all still here today. We fought against y'all because y'all didn't want us to even come in. We had to fight, and that was the crazy part to me. We're just another facet of rap. Maybe not like you or what you're used to, but this is what the people jump to here, where we're from and where we live. So we do things a little different. Our slang's a little different. You understand me? So we might not flip a record how you gonna flip it, but we gonna flip it in a way that our people identify and relate to it, and they're gonna love it. So,
Right.
you know, as I told you, I spoke to you prior, and I had told you before, I'll never forget, we did a tour, Savannah, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Beatmaster Clady. I was with Clady at the time.
Yes.
And we were on tour with Bazz. And you know what the problem was, when we were arguing about who was gonna, you know, go before who.
Mm-hmm.
And he's feeling like, because he's Bazz, he has It Takes Two and Joy and Pain at the time, like, I'm bigger than y'all. And I'm going after y'all. And we said, listen, man, we're not gonna argue with it about it with you, bro. But what I'll tell you is this: you're in my backyard, bro. This is my house. So what you're gonna do by the time we leave the stage is respect that you're in my house. So what did we do? Clay and I went out in the fashion that we do, and we let them know, we all the way from Miami, Florida, and y'all know what it is, Georgia. This our backyard, baby. When we come here, we step hard. So what we want y'all to do is, if another act come behind us and they don't rock like we rock, y'all get them the fuck up out of here.
Oh, wow, yes.
Oh, we was bold like that. We was bold like that. So we went on stage, and now, mind you, at this time, Pull It All the Way Down, it's hot, it's on fire. Shake Them Titties is already out. Boot the Booty done took the world over. That done already went platinum in China. So we're like up there. He doesn't know who we are, though. And he's not understanding. You done stepped into our realm. So now we have to show you. And that's exactly what we did. By the end of that tour, he was our best friend.
I bet he was.
Trust and believe. He was our best friend, because I said listen, before we went on, I said to Clay, I said, man, listen, this dude only got really 2 records that they know down here. They only know Joy and Pain and It Takes Two. So what the hell is he going to do once he does those records? Mm-hmm. And Clay was like, man, we got him. I said, let's go do what we do, bro. And we tore that stage apart, man. We had a ball.
Oh man. No, how does it make you feel, when you look out in the audience and you see everybody jumping, everybody just happy, from the music that you all are performing?
Honestly, it's a rush that if you've never been an artist and never experienced it, you would not understand. It's addictive like a drug, honestly. And that's the best way that I could really describe that feeling. It's euphoric. And it's something that once you get a taste of it, you're gonna always crave that. And when the music slows down and the screams aren't as loud and you're not being booked anymore, you yearn for that. I can't lie to you. We just had a Super Bowl weekend. We did Tampa, St. Pete, that area, and we had a ball.
I bet.
I brought out a group out of Miami, Gutter Click. Them boys are young. I call them the new era and the new wave of Dade County. And I vouch and stand on them. I stand on that. These boys are the new wave of Florida. Wow. And when people catch a wind of them, they're going to know what it is to be entertained, because that's what they do.
Prince Rahiem, would you happen to have some headphones near you? My voice is coming through your speaker. It's kind of like an echo.
Sure. Give me 1 second. Let me grab it.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to look at one of your videos, and you go get your headphones, and we'll be right back.
Cool.
All right.
Shake pop, don't stop, rock with that. Shake pop, don't stop, rock with that. Let's go. Shake pop, don't stop, rock with that. Shake pop, don't stop, rock with that. Shake pop, don't stop, rock with that. All I want people gon' get that. Shake pop, don't stop, rock with that. Shake pop, don't stop, rock with that. Shake pop, don't stop, rock with that. Oh my God, people ain't gon' get that. Yeah, Jerry G's in the hive. Get ready, turn it out. Down with Prince Rahiem and Chaos. You know what I'm talking about. Coming through on the scene. You know what I mean. So party people get on the
Hey, I'm doing it, doing it. Hey, woo, yeah.
I'll tell you, we had so much fun.
Yeah, because I'm having fun right now. Like, where was I at? What night? I didn't get no invite to.
Baby, I wish listen, let me tell you, when we did that video, honestly, I was signed to Island at the time. I had just went from Vision Records. I was the first artist, first Miami-based artist to sign a deal of that stature with that much money involved. My deal was almost $1 million, you know, and at that time, that was a big money deal. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it was a beautiful thing. And again, as you see, our music made people have fun.
Yes.
That's what we was about. We like to party.
Right? You had
Yeah, you know.
And that's one of my most favorite things to do. Like, Doc got some moves now. Don't let the doctor fool you.
Hey, listen, Doc. When I come to North Carolina, you know we're gonna have to cut a rug now.
You already know. You already
about
know. Do you have anything on the schedule this way?
Well, right now I'm working on getting something in North Carolina, actually, in the Charlotte, Durham, Raleigh area. I've been working extensively towards getting something in that area because I love the area. I've always had success there, and I've always enjoyed myself there. Especially like Charlotte. To me, Charlotte is like another little New York to me. I swear it is.
Definitely.
It really is.
It's growing like crazy. And I'm actually from Charlotte, so I've enjoyed the growth. I went to Cornell University for my undergrad. So, you know, I kind of ventured away, but I got right back down here. And like I said, the growth is just unbelievable.
That I'd love to collab with, like from, honestly, I'd love to work with Thrill from 69, Tony Terry. He actually is the artist who I've admired for years. And I have a song in mind that I'd love to have him vocally actually on for me. Then, you know, Lil G from Silk. That's another artist, super dope. Then when it comes to like the MCs of like today, if there was one MC of all that I've heard up to this point right now that I literally would want to work with, it's the Baby.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
To me,
that means you need to get on up here in North Carolina.
Let me tell you something. That little dude is dope as hell to me. Yeah. His cadence, his wordplay, the way he puts his words together, I love his energy, like everything about the bro.
Wow. Well, you just put it out there. So the Baby, you hear that? He coming.
Yeah, man, I'm coming to North Carolina. I got to meet up with you, bro.
So tell us like a little bit about your partner before we bring him on. We'll get him on here so, you know, we all can chop it up.
Yeah. Okay. So what a lot of people don't know is my partner, Shabazz. He goes by the name of Black Sheep Bazz. This has been my friend for over 30 years up to this point. And back in the days, we did a record called Only Out for One Thing. He was signed with his partner, Rory Newkirk, and they put the record out. He asked me to feature on it, and we did the record. It did well. He can fill you in more on the story. However, we did a record 11 years ago called Hold It Down. Never released the record. And he was, after we did the record, he was like, man, we need to be a group. We decided to call ourselves the Home Wreckers. And lo and behold, we put this record out, and 11 years after we initially recorded, it garnered us, you know, the Hip Hop Southern Soul New Artist of the Year.
Oh, yay.
So, like, we're grinding, man. We're literally working. We're working. And I mean, really, really working. Yeah. So we got some things in store for the people. And without further ado, let's bring my boy into the fray, man.
Bring him out.
Where my dog at? Black Sheep Bazz.
What's up? What's up, Doc?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm chilling down here in the Florida, that is.
Yes. Talk about it.
Look, thank you for joining my platform, the Doc Honeycutt Show. I'm very honored to have you on tonight.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
So can you tell our audience just, you know, a little bit about you? Just tell us what you want to know.
Okay. Well, My name is Lil Shabazz. Well, some people know me as Lil Shabazz. Some people know me as Black Sheep Bass. I'm the lead rapper for the group Out of Order. We made the song called Tutti Frutti Jump that came out on Warner Brothers. I performed on Soul Train, before Don Cornelius passed away with Destiny's Child and Keith Washington with that song. But before that, I'm originally from Palm Beach, Florida, and there's different key people down in Palm Beach that put me on the game. RIP to Cooley C, DJ KJ, Jock D, Dynamix 2, everybody down there, Splack Pack, RIP Kid Money. We all
Yes,
party
sir.
starters from West Palm Beach, and that's in our DNA and stuff like that. 516 from the get go. But my parents moved up to Tallahassee, and KJ was out with a song called "Hey Y'all, Let's Get Retarded Now That the Party Started." And he needed a backup
Mm.
DJ, and I went on the road with him, and did a couple shows with him, and he looked at me and was like, "I'm gonna make you into a rapper," and I was like, "Eh." So he flew me out to California, and I didn't know how to rap. I ain't know nothing about rapping, but I got a contract. I got a contract, and I don't know how to rap.
Oh my
So he was
goodness.
writing, yeah, he was writing my lyrics, but the lyrics that he was writing, I wasn't really feeling them, because I would tell any artist out there, don't let nobody write your songs, do them yourself, because he was writing good lyrics, but they were his story and stuff like that. So the deal didn't work out, but I did a couple songs, got familiar with the studio and stuff like that, and Danny D was popping with "Boom, I Got Your Girlfriend" out there. That's the label I signed on, the Heat Wave. And I was telling KJ when I went to California, I was like, man, this is song that's popping in Florida. And he was like, who? I was like, Young and Restless, Poison Ivy. And so he was like, all right, we out of here. We jumped out of San Diego, went to Miami, hooked up with Eric Griffin. Eric Griffin started working with KJ. And that particular night, we left the studio and we went to Strawberries. And that was Luke's Club back in the days. And I
Mm.
was like a little bit too young. I couldn't get in, or I didn't have the dress code to get in, or whatever and stuff. So that's how I met Prince Rahiem in the parking lot. We was too young to get in the club, so me and him was chilling in the parking lot. We chilled in the parking lot pimping for about 2 hours.
Facts.
I mean,
Facts.
we had a party going. I ain't
I
never
was
met him
gonna
before, but we
say.
just bonded. We just bonded. I just came back
Yeah.
from California, and I went straight to Miami, and I met this guy, and I was like, dog, I heard some of the stuff you did. I was a fan, because he had already been on an album with Magic Mike and Clay D, so I was a fan of him already, and I admired him and stuff like that. But we sat out in the parking lot for about 2 or 3 hours. We couldn't get in the club. Luke, Two Live Crew, Clay D, KJ, everybody's in the
All
club,
them
but
in
we
there.
can't get in. We like tripping. We the legits, I like, we gonna have our day. We gonna have our day.
Yep.
So 6 months later, I ain't talked to Rahiem or nothing like that. 6 months later, we bumped into each other at Daytona, and I was DJing for a guy named MSJ,
Hmm.
who changed his name to DJ Nasty now. And Anquiet was the headliner, and Clay D, Doc Fresh, and Rahiem, they just came out with Shake Them Titties. And so me and, Rod chalked it up then. And, it was nice to see him because, every time I came around him, we always had a good vibe.
Facts.
But
Talk
that
about
was, I forgot what year that was, but we didn't really get back together until I was featured on Clay D's album, and Clay D and him was going through it. But, I'm friends with Clay D and I'm friends with Ra. And, it was like kind of funny, they would both, say different
it.
things. I'm like trying to be friends with both of them because both of them was cool. But eventually, I ended up working with Rahiem. I called him in the studio. I was working on my solo album, Mega Jam Records, Newkirk, Kiki, Straw, what's up, y'all? Miami Click, yeah, everybody
Salute y'all.
know what time it is.
Hey.
But I was working on my album, and I brought Ryan in, and we went back down to Daytona the following year and shot the video Daytona Beach weekend. And I mean, it was stupid out there. I mean, it
Hmm.
was ridiculous. I mean, once that whoever the sound man hit that sound, Man,
It was
we
over.
brought
It was
everybody
over.
in Daytona to our video spot. I mean, it was just ridiculous. It was crazy. It was
It
just
really was,
stupid. You
bro.
know, we could not go nowhere in Daytona. Everybody was like, I want to get in the video. I want to get in the video.
Yep.
So we shot the video
Yep.
only out for one thing. And that same weekend, we ended up performing with, who was that? Raw, Special K, Naughty by
Special K.
Nature, or somebody. And
Yeah, it was
yeah, in
Special
the
K and
Civic
Naughty
Center
by
down
Nature.
there.
Wow.
TLC, all of them was
We
at the Civic Center.
opened up for, yeah, we opened up for them. You know, it was big to me, but you know, my biggest show, I had two big shows. Um, Opening up for Jay-Z at the Hialeah racetrack, you know, I hung out with Jay-Z and Dame Dash backstage, and they were real cool, down to earth. You know, I hear different things about them, but they wasn't like that with me. And you know, I performed with Destiny's Child, the original group, and Keith Washington on Soul Train, and you know, they was real cool and stuff like that. And then, you know, after my Warner Brothers situation failed, you know, because they had money problems, the lady at Warner Brothers, she discovered Hammer. She discovered me, Miss Joy Bailey. She discovered me, and she tried to help me get through that situation, but they had a lot of money problems going on at Warner Brothers. So, you know, I had to back away from that deal. So I flew to Miami, hooked up with Luke. Luke signed me. Everybody was telling me, don't sign with Luke, don't sign with Luke. But, you know, I don't know what their problem was with Luke. Me and Luke was straight. You know, what I had in my contract, I got money wise. He didn't jip me. He paid me up front. I got the little money that, you know, he gave me. I didn't have no problem with Luke. Luke, great guy. You know, I don't know what everybody has a problem with him about, but me and him didn't have no problems. But you know, he was going through distribution problems or whatever, and you know, it didn't work out. So I just backed away from the deal. But you know, he's a good guy, real good guy. And then
So
me and Roger just hooked up and decided to do this home records thing, and we making moves with it.
hey. So now describe your music. I mean, because everything I've seen so far, like I was over here literally like at a party when we played the videos from Prince Rahiem. So what describe the music that you all are doing today? Because I know you're doing some Southern Soul kind of mixed up in there somewhere as well, right?
It's like we're doing
feel good music.
and I hate. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, 'cause I hate to say label it Southern Soul. I would say feel good music, because it's like me and Rob, we came up with a strategy like, yo, those same people who we used to make move back in the days, some of them still move and they want to dance. And they don't want to dance to that ignorant music. What people talking about, shoot them up, bang drugs, drugs. They want to party. They want to have fun. So we decided, you know, we decided to slow the tempo down a little bit and give them what they want. And you know, we're calling it grown folks music. We're not, you know, I ain't, you know, I love my bass music. Believe me, Rod get on my case about, man, you can't do this, you can't do this. But I love my bass music. But it's like we're doing grown folks music now, and it's like, you know, we're gonna still have that knock in it. We got a knock. We from the we gonna knock. We gonna make it knock. We're gonna make them speakers quake. But we just slow down the tempo, because we know everybody up in age now, they can't break it down and doo-doo brown like they used to back in the day. You know, they can still do a little something, but they can't break it all the way down to the top.
Gotta be a slow motion knock now. Slow motion knock. Slow motion knock.
Hey, talk about it now.
Well, you know, we're trying to give our old fans and our new fans something they can move to and party to. And it's like, with this Southern Soul, they labeled it Southern Soul, but all it is party music, people having fun, good times. That's all it is. And me and Rod decided, yo, let's do this home records thing. And, you know, everybody's been bugging out with the home records name. Like, well, hey, that's what we're doing. We represent our home. And you know, a lot of people can relate to home records because they're always breaking up something. So we're trying to come in the game and we're trying to break things up and you know do it our way. And you know, we're in our own lane. You know, Black Sheep, Bazz, and Prince Rahiem. Yeah,
Talk
that's
about
the
it.
team.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
Oh yeah, I can't
now
forget about Gucci D. Gucci D, our DJ out there. He in
yeah.
Orlando. What's up,
okay,
Gucci?
Shout
okay.
out to Gucci D. Yeah.
Now, do y'all have anything coming up? You know that we can come check out.
Oh yeah, definitely. April 4th and 5th, down in Palm Beach is the 4th annual old school reunion. Cut Close Call Thomas, Black Pack. It's a bunch of acts on there with us. Then you can check us Mobile, Alabama. Labor Day weekend, we got that coming up. Labor Day weekend back in September. You know, for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You know, that's it's called Summer Soul Fest, and we're gonna tear that
Okay.
up, man. It's us, Young and Restless, Gucci Crew 2, Coffee Bean, formerly of the Ghost Town DJs who sang My Boo. So you know, we doing it for the old school. We really taking them back. You
Right.
feel me?
Y'all represent.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if you had to leave us like with anything that you want your fans to know, what would it
Mhm.
be? Both of you.
Pat Bass, you want to go first?
You know, I would like to say before I do that, shouts out to Balt Liquor, Bernard Smalls. What's up, player? Player, we love you. We
Bo
love you. We
Buck,
love
our sponsor,
you. Yeah.
proud
But you know,
sponsor of the Home Records.
All
um,
right.
you know, I do party music and stuff like that. But you know, me and Raw, we can get serious and we can get positive with different things. And you know, you put Raw on the spot with singing a few minutes ago. I'm about to do something for the single ladies out there with the single mothers, if you don't mind, Mr.
Go ahead. Let's get it.
Get it, bro.
Okay, here you go. Another day, another dollar. Another day, you gotta hear your baby holler. You gotta feed your seed. What a baby need is love from a man and a woman and a God up above. But your baby daddy missing, and you wishing that you would have listened when your mama said, "Take your time, don't rush to bed." But you did it anyway. Look where that led. 2 jobs, kind of hard. Think back to the night you got scarred. Remember he said he'll be there. You ain't learned that first time. See there. Now you stuck with a baby boy, baby girl, and it's hard. But you wouldn't trade it for the world. Oh Lord, could you help out a sister? Time is hard. Putting food on the table, but it's not enough. Do it all. They still play and smile a lot. Got you thanking God for what you got. Thanks for my child.
Yeah.
Talk about it, man. Talk about
Can
it,
I
bro.
get on that hook? Can I get on that hook?
Yeah, you can.
You can sing that. Yeah, you can get on the hook. Come on now.
I gotta get on the hook, y'all. Put me on
Come
the
on now.
hook. And put
Come on now.
video.
Hey, listen. You know what's so crazy? Like we got some great features that we working on for this project as well. Before we get out of here, like we got Tabitha from Cut Close. She's actually doing a feature with us. We got extension from Nelson Curry from the Southern Soul Realm, who extended the olive branch. Mr. David, who went by Splackavelli back in the days, he's reached out and extended an olive branch. So you know we're working on some big things for this Home Records project. But you know, important. Doc, you know, if I'd had to say anything, you know, I just want to show this. This is my son. This is my son, Josiah Tucker, aka JoJo, affectionately known as JoJo. And my son was murdered back in 2019. You know, so you know, I tell people, you know, for the most part, a lot of people get to see the pain of a mother. They never get to really experience and understand what that does to a father. You know, and I'm not gonna hold you. It's something that you'll never get over. I don't care how many years it is. I have friends who I'm now a keynote speaker for a group called Life After Loss. And the founder of the group, Stephanie Drain, her son's been gone for some time now, and it's still fresh. You know, so I'm vicariously watching to kind of understand what it is that I'll still be facing years to come from now. All I can say to people is love on your children, man. Love on your children, because tomorrow is not promised. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something that they've done to put themselves in harm's way. This world is wicked right now. And we got to understand the times that we live in, man. We live in a time where, you know, people are afraid to fight. There's a lot of punks in this world right now. So they'd rather pick a gun up and bust. My son was 16. This man was 24 years old. This man that killed my son was 24 years old. You know, so I'm going to tell y'all, man, that is a hard pill to swallow.
Yes.
You know, you never get over that. So love on y'all babies, man. Listen to y'all babies, man. Let y'all babies feel comfortable enough to come to talk to y'all about anything, man. Because I swear, I'd hate to see anybody else join this club that I'm in. You know, this is a place you don't want to be. This is a feeling you don't want to carry. Because this is a burden and a cross I'm going to carry until I die. You know, I'm going to mourn my child until the day I die.
Absolutely. And I'll definitely be praying your strength and peace.
Thank you.
For
Thank
you. Yeah. Yeah. So would you let everybody know? Definitely. Would you let everybody know how we can follow your journey, like watch you on social media, both of you, you know, because y'all going to show them something now. I already know.
And Doc, listen to what I told you. Give me a couple of weeks because, again, I was super hoarse from Tampa, and I'm still not recovered from Tampa. But you give me a couple of weeks, we're going to come back. No. Don't apologize, baby, because, see, again, those who know me, that I also work, you know, I have a job outside of this music stuff. I work at the Center of Cerebral Palsy, CP Nassau. So I work with disabled people. And, you know, people can tell you and vouch. Those who will see this live, they will be able to vouch that I would sing through the halls of my job daily. I would serenade the women as well as the patrons.
Yeah.
So it's going to come and I'm going to, listen, I'm going to swoon them, baby. I'm going to do it for them. My man Bazz know what it is.
Give your social handle medias for me.
You got it. I'm on Facebook, Prince Rahiem, PrinceRahiem. On Instagram, it's Prince Rahiem 305. Twitter is Prince Rahiem, the number 2.
Black Sheep Bazz.
Bazz. You can check me out on Facebook under Hassan El Shabazz, or you can check me out on the Home Records page on Facebook, or Hassan Shabazz on Instagram. And, you know, Ra, you know, he's a social media person. He be on there wide open. He get mad at me because I don't spend a lot of time on social media because I
you got to work, man.
And he get mad at me. He be like, you need to get on there. You need to get on there.
Man, let's work.
Man, I be trying to get in the studio, man. I'm more of a studio person. You know, he's like the social media person. I be trying to get up in the studio and, you know, get what we need done. You know, because we plan on making a big impact with this Home Records project, and the first song, "Hold It Down," you know, it's lit. It's gonna be a grown.
It garnered us this, baby.
And we would love to shoot the video up there with all them bikers you got up there in
Bring
North Carolina. I've been checking you out now.
Come on, Doc, fire with it now.
Come on.
I've been checking y'all out now. I've been checking you.
Appreciate
you
it.
And your girls, boy, y'all. Ooh.
They the truth now. They are definitely the truth now.
Thank you. Thank you.
But,
Thank you. Let us know when y'all coming up.
Yeah,
definitely.
Hold It Down gonna make some moves, and we hopefully we'll be doing a lot of work in North Carolina. A lot of work.
Doc, before we part, I just got to shout out a couple of people that my brother and I actually enjoyed the weekend with while we were in Tampa. Shout out to Bolo Bazz. Shout out to Sojo the Lay Champ, the General, Frank Beaver, Teresa Beaver. You know, to everybody that was in attendance at the New Lounge. To Raylo, Mr. Gambino, Gotta Click. Like everybody, like Mr. That's dirty too.
Everybody.
Everybody.
One more time for the people that put me in the game. Newkirk, Kiki, Strawman. I love y'all, boy. I wouldn't be here without y'all. And it's like, you know, meeting Raw was a blessing back in the days, and our friendship, you know, has lasted, you know, a long time. Right. We don't bump heads. We heads.
We brothers. That's what we do.
Right,
yo,
everybody.
We still here. We still here together. And, you know, for everybody that counted us out, Ooh, feel sorry.
Too bad.
They better count us in.
You can
They
show
better
them
count
better.
us in.
You can show them better than you can tell them, right?
Talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it, baby.
And look, on that note, we're gonna sign out. Y'all definitely got to come back. You know that. You got to come back,
Thank you,
and you
Doc.
got to come back,
Thank
and you got to come back. And if you have anything that you want me to network, send it up. You know, I'm the network queen. So all you have to do is just hit me in the DM and say share whatever you need. I'm here for
Thank you,
you.
Doc.
Okay.
Thank you, darling.
Right.
Thank you, baby. We appreciate you.
All
Yeah,
right. So on that
appreciate it.
note, y'all, we're gonna go. Catch me right here every Thursday at 7:00. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Thank you. We love you
And
back, baby.
don't forget, watch my shows, Beauties and Bikers. We're in 5 million homes worldwide. 15
Talk
networks.
about it.
Yay!
Home
Yes.
records coming. Home records coming.
Yes.
Home records coming.
Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. To do that to the fruity jump. To the fruity rock. To the fruity jump. To the fruity rock. Up and down and round and when you drop, make it squat the ground. Get it up, 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 get it up. Take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down. Oh, get it, get it. 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 Let me see you to the fruit jump. Make it go to the fruit jump. Let me see you to the fruit jump. Make it go to the fruit jump. Let me see you to the fruit jump. Make it go to the fruit jump. Let me see you to the fruit jump. Make it go to the fruit jump.
Strapped up with the back up into the booty jump, gon' make the freaks act up, roll, drop, shoot, you swing, nice out of order thing. Call it what you want to, it ain't what you do, just how much you got in your trunk. If you know how to hit the floor, let's see you jump without order for. Okay, let's go, take it to the floor. If you fat, slim, tall, you gotta have a lot of duty for the duty call. So come on, y'all, give it your all. Bash, in with bliss, making hits that bump like this, funky. If your tooties plumped in, get on the floor and make it start jumping.